Hello everyone! Welcome to Native Man Math Tutorial wherein you can find free Mathematics Tagalog tutorial. Ang content ng video lesson na ito ay Grade 9 Mathematics under Term 1, Week 8 of the revised K-10 curriculum. For today's video lesson, we are going to discuss properties of parallelogram. And we are going to use that properties of parallelogram to find the measure of angles, sides, perpendicular height, and diagonals of a parallelogram. But before we discuss this lesson, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe for more video lesson. So what are you waiting for? Let's begin! The learning competency of this lesson is use properties of parallelograms to find measures of angles, sides, perpendicular height, and diagonals. Again, this is under Term 1, Week 8 of the revised K-10 curriculum. And for the objectives, at the end of the lesson or session, you will be able to, number 1, identify the different properties of parallelograms. Number 2, illustrates properties of parallelograms using figures. Number 3, name the different parts of parallelogram such as angles, sides, perpendicular height, and diagonals. Number 4, find measures of angles, sides, perpendicular height, and diagonals using properties of parallelograms. And number 5, cite some real-life application of parallelograms. To start, let us recall what is a parallelogram. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral with two pairs of parallel sides. Again, let me illustrate a parallelogram. So here in our quadrilateral MATH, this quadrilateral mat is so-called parallelogram because opposite sides are parallel. Okay, so we have quadrilateral mat, MATH. So MA is parallel to HT. So MA is parallel to HT by using this symbol. And also, MH is parallel to AT by using the symbol. So here, two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Then we call this one as parallelogram. And recall that there are three kinds of parallelogram. We have the rectangle, rhombus, and square. All these quadrilaterals has two pairs of parallel sides. Okay? Okay, so let us discuss more about parallelograms by naming parts of parallelogram. So here in our parallelogram MATH or parallelogram mat. So first, we are going to name the angles. So in naming the angles of a parallelogram, we can use a single letter. Let us say angle M, this one, then angle A, this one, then angle T, this one, and angle H, okay, this one. So pwede pong isang letter lang. Okay? How about if you're going to use three letters? Okay? For angle M. So, pwede po yung angle M as AMH. Okay, this one. AMH. So, here, kapag kinuha po natin or we name this angle M as AMH, be sure po na yung M ay nasa gitna ng three letters. Okay? So, pwede po magkabaliktad yung A at yung H. Pwedeng HMA or AMH. Basta't yung pinakang gitna po na letter, yun po yung vertex ng angle. Okay? How about angle A? Can be MAT, okay, this one, or can be TAM. Basta't yung letter A po ay nasa gitna because that is the vertex of the angle. How about angle T? Okay, so angle T, we can name as ATH, okay, this one, or can be HTA. So, basta't nasa gitna po yung angle T. Okay? Yung letter T. And how about angle H? So, can be MHT. Okay, this one. Or can be THM. So, the symbol for angle is this one. Okay? So, this symbol indicates that this is angle M. Angle A, angle T, or angle H. Okay? How about using numbers? So, here, aside from naming this angle is angle M, we can use the number inside. So, pwede pong angle 1, this one, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4. So, pwede po yan. Okay, how about naming letters? So, sa pag-name po ng letters sa angle, we use small letter. So, yung vertex po ay capital letter, pero yung mga angles po ay small letter. So, kapag pinapangalanan po natin yung angles sa loob using letters. Okay, so we can name that one as angle X, this one, angle Y, angle A, and angle B. How about naming the sides of a parallelogram? So here, we use the two letters, okay, sa magkabilang vertex to indicate that it is a line. Let us say this one, line segment or side MA. So mula po M hanggang A, ito po yung side na tinutukoy natin. And usually, naglalagay po tayo ng verse sa taas to indicate the line segment. So pwedeng meron, pwede pong wala. Okay? So here, we have 80. Okay, this one, or line segment 80, line segment HT or side HT, and line segment MH or side MH or HM. Okay, so yun po yung pagpapangalan ng sides ng parallelogram. And also, we can use small letter to name the sides of a parallelogram. So, pwede pong yung MA or line segment MA can be named as side X. Okay? Or can be ito pong side HT, pwede pong small letter, side Y. Okay? How about this one? Side MH, pwede pong side A. And side or line segment AT can be side B. So yun po yung naming of the sides of parallelogram. How about this parallelogram? So we have a diagonal here. And we are going to indicate angles inside the parallelogram. Okay, so ang pinangalan po natin ay angle 1, this angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. So here, in naming the angles of a parallelogram, hindi na po pwedeng angle M. Ano po? Is single letter. Bakit po hindi pwedeng angle M? Kasi yung angle M, dalawa pong angles ang sakop niya. Can be angle 2 and angle 1. Okay. Pero pag sinabi mong angle M, so yung dalawang angles po na ito. Okay. How about itong angle 1 lang ang tutukuyin po natin. Okay. Using 3 letters. So ganito po yung naming of that angles. Let us say, this is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. Now, to name the angle 1 using letters, ito po yon. Okay, so we have angle 1 is angle HMT. Okay, this one. Angle HMT. Okay, this angle po yung tinutukoy po natin. Okay? Hindi na po pwedeng angle M only. Okay? How about angle 2? Okay, this one. So, to name that angle, we have angle AMT. Okay, so this angle 2, AMT. Okay, this angle. O pwede naman pong TMA. Okay? How about angle 3? Okay, this angle. So to name that one using letters, so we have angle ATM. Okay, this one. Angle ATM. So this angle po yung tinutukoy. So pwede naman pong angle MTA. Okay, and last for angle 4. So to name that one, we have this one. Angle MTH. So here, MTH. Okay, ito po yung ating tinutukoy, angle 4. Okay? These are the following properties that are true to all types of parallelograms. Number 1, opposite sides are parallel. So always po in a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. Another, opposite sides are congruent. Or yung opposite sides, aside from they are parallel, then they are also congruent or the same in measurement. Okay? How about another one? Consecutive angles are supplementary. So when you say consecutive, yung magkasunod po na angles sa parallelogram. They are supplementary. So when you say supplementary, the sum of the two angles is equal to 180 degrees. Yun po yung supplementary. How about opposite angles are equal? Okay? So always, opposite angles o yung magkaharap na angles sa parallelogram, they are equal. And the last one, diagonals bisect each other. So ano pong ibig sabihin ng bisect? So when say bisect, it divide the diagonal into two equal measurement or into two equal parts. Okay? Now, let us discuss the different properties of parallelograms. Property number 1. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if both pairs of opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So, dalawa po yung condition to make quadrilateral a parallelogram. First, okay, opposite sides are parallel. At the same time, opposite sides are congruent or equal in measurement. Okay, let me illustrate you. Okay, we have quadrilateral NICE. So the quadrilateral NICE, two opposite sides are parallel. We have NE is parallel to IC using the symbol. And how about NI is parallel to EC? If these two pairs of opposite sides are parallel and also they are congruent, then this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay? So here, if NE, this one, is parallel to IC, and NI is parallel to EC, and also NE is congruent to IC, and NI is congruent to EC, then this quadrilateral nice is a parallelogram. So ano pong ibig sabihin ulit or ano po yung symbol ng congruency? Ito po yung symbol ng congruency. Okay? So for example, NI is congruent to EC. You're going to use symbol, this one. Okay? Slash. But to indicate NE and IC na sila po ay congruent, hindi na po pwedeng isang slash lang. So we can use two slash here or two dash. Okay? So this one. So this indicates that the two sides are congruent in measurement. Okay. So yan po yung ating property number 1. How about property number 2? A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if both pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Okay. So when you talk of angles or opposite angles of a parallelogram, it should be congruent. Again, ano po yung congruent? Sila po ay equal in measurement. So in our quadrilateral MAKE or quadrilateral make, which angles are congruent or which angles are opposite? Okay, we have angle A and angle E are opposite angles, and also angle M and angle K are opposite angles. Okay, so sila po yung magkaharap na angles. Now, para po sila ay, or for this quadrilateral to make us parallelogram using angles, opposite angles should be congruent or equal in measurement. Okay, so here, so para masabi natin na yung quadrilateral make ay congruent, angle E, if 70 degrees, then angle A should be 70 degrees also. Okay, so sila po ay equal in measurement. At hindi lang po yan, dapat pati rin po angle M and angle K should be equal in measurement. Okay, so if this is the given quadrilateral, then we call this one as parallelogram by analyzing only its angles. Okay, so angle E is congruent to angle A in symbol. Angle M is congruent to angle K, this one, in symbol. Then, quadrilateral make is a parallelogram. How about this property number 3? A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if any two consecutive angles are supplementary. Okay, again, what is meant by consecutive? Magkasunod na angles. At yung magkasunod daw na angles should be supplementary. What is meant by supplementary? The sum of the two angles or consecutive angles should be equal to 180 degrees. So let me illustrate you in this quadrilateral MAKE or quadrilateral make. So what are the two consecutive angles? So angle M and angle A are consecutive. Angle M and angle A are consecutive. So magkasunod po na angles dito sa quadrilateral. Also, angle A and angle K consecutive and angle E and angle K consecutive. Again, para po itong quadrilateral is a parallelogram, consecutive angles should be supplementary. Okay? Here, angle M plus angle E should be equal to 180 degrees. So angle M and angle E, if you are going to add the measurement, then it should be 180 degrees. Another one, angle M and angle A, this one, if you're going to add the measurement, then it should be 180 degrees. Okay? And also, angle A and angle K, if you're going to add, then should be equal to 180 degrees. So, kapag na-meet ng quadrilateral that all consecutive angles are supplementary, then this quadrilateral make is a parallelogram. Okay? Number 4, property. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if its diagonals bisect each other. Let me illustrate you about the word diagonals and bisect. So here, when you say diagonals, ito po yung example ng diagonals. Diagonal AC, that means a line connecting the two opposite angles. Okay? So diagonal AC and another diagonal BD or DB. Here, diagonals bisect each other. Pag sinabi po nating bisect each other, the diagonal or the first diagonal divide the second diagonal into two congruent parts or into two equal measurements. So paano? For example, okay, this diagonal DB or BD. So yung BD ay nakat into two equal parts. Okay, this one. So this symbol indicates that. Okay, let me write letter here. So this symbol indicates that the two segments are congruent or equal in measurement. So here, dx is congruent to bx. O dx ay equal in measurement with bx. Okay? And also, ax is congruent to cx. So magkapareho din po ang measurement. So here, if you're going to name the segment, so we have ax is congruent to cx. Okay, this one. Ax is congruent to cx and dx, okay, this one, is congruent to bx. Now, kapag ganito po yung ating quadrilateral that the diagonals bisect each other, we can conclude that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, so how about if you're going to put measurement? Okay, here. So since AC divides into two equal parts. So here, AX is equal to 3, then CX is equal to 3 also. How about BD? Okay, so here, kapag ang DX ay 5, then ang BX is 5 also. Okay? So if you're going to get the measurement of the diagonal, AC, then add the two numbers. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So the diagonal AC is equal to 6. And also the diagonal BD is equal to 5 plus 5 equals 10. Okay? Number 5, property. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if the diagonal divides the quadrilateral into two congruent triangles. So let me illustrate you property number 5. So we have this quadrilateral ABCD. And if you're going to draw a diagonal, let us say diagonal AC. So notice here that the diagonal DC divides the quadrilateral into two triangles. And these two triangles are congruent kapag ito po ay parallelogram. Okay, so we have triangle blue and triangle red. Okay, let us name the two triangle. So here, quadrilateral ABCD, okay, this one, is a parallelogram with diagonal AC. Triangle ABC, so yung symbol po ng triangle is this one. Triangle ABC, this one. Triangle ABC, okay, this one, is congruent to triangle ADC. So, triangle ADC. So, this triangle. So, here, kapag po ito ay parallelogram, the two triangles are congruent. Okay? How about the other diagonal? So, let us say, dito po tayo magdodraw ng diagonal. Okay? So, we have diagonal BD or DB. Then, again, this diagonal BD divides the quadrilateral into two triangles. So, we have triangle ADB and another triangle BCD. Okay? So, here, kapag ito po ay parallelogram, then, the two triangles are congruent. Okay? Now, we're going to apply those different properties of parallelogram in our activity. So, for activity number 1, complete me. Okay, complete its statement. So, given the parallelogram CASH, here is the parallelogram. So, parallelogram CASH, CASH. And we have two diagonals meet at point M. Okay, so here for number 1, line segment or side XS is congruent to what line segment or side? Again, XS is congruent to blank. So, asan po yung XS? So, XS. So, ito po. So, what side of the quadrilateral or parallelogram cache is congruent to SH? Okay, or HS. Okay, so ito po ay congruent to this. Yan, side. They are, opposite sides are congruent. So, CA or AC. Okay? So, CA or AC. Number 2, CH is congruent to blank. So, saan po yung CH? Okay, this one. CH is congruent to this one, AS. So, opposite sides of parallelogram are congruent. So, AS for number 2. How about number 3? Angle CAS is congruent to what angle? So, where is angle CAS? So, ito po yung C, ito po yung A, at ito po yung S. Okay, so CAS. So, this angle. So, lagyan ko po ng mark. So, that is angle CAS. So, this whole angle is congruent to what angle? So, ito po. So, opposite angles are congruent. Okay, so CAS is congruent to this angle, whole angle din po yan. CHS or pwede pong SHC. Okay? Okay, this one. How about number 4? CM is congruent to blank. So, ito po yung CM is congruent to what line segment? Okay, so CM is congruent to this MS. Okay? And last, AM is congruent to what? So, AM hanggang dito po is congruent to, okay, this one, MH. Okay. How about this activity number 2? Who am I? Okay, so activity number 2, letter A, determine whether each quadrilateral is a parallelogram or not. Justify your answer. Okay, so here are the two quadrilaterals. Are the quadrilateral parallelogram or not parallelogram? So for number 1, we have this quadrilateral at ang given po ay measurement of the segments of the diagonal. So this is 2, this is 2, the diagonal is 6, and then another one 6. So what is your conclusion using this given in the quadrilateral? Is it parallelogram or not? So that is, yes, parallelogram. So diagonals bisect each other. Okay, so bakit mo bisect each other? So here, 2 is equal to 2, 6 is equal to 6. How about number 2? Quadrilateral or parallelogram or not parallelogram? So, based po sa given measurement, given symbol, then yes, all angles are congruent. Okay? Or opposite angles are congruent. Okay? Now, we're going to apply the different properties of parallelogram in finding angles, sides, perpendicular height, and diagonals of parallelogram. Okay, so here, find measures of angle, sides, perpendicular height, and diagonals of parallelogram. For number 1. In the figure, okay, where is the figure CAM? Okay, this is the figure COME or CAM. So CAM is a parallelogram. OM is equal to 40, CM is equal to 52, and measure of angle COM is 82 degrees. Find the following measures. Okay, so we have A, B, C, and D. So here, to do this activity, then first, we're going to write the measurement or the given measure in the figure. Okay, so ilalagay po natin, ililabel po natin yung given measurement here dito sa figure natin. Okay, first given here is OM is equal to 40. So where is OM in the parallelogram? So OM, so this is side OM. So indicate that is equal to 40. Okay, next, CM equals 52. Where is CM? So ito po yung CM, diagonal po yung CM. That is equal to 52. We are going to write it here. So yung CM, that is 52. Kaya nilagay ko po dito sa gitna. And measure of angle COM is equal to 82 degrees. So where is angle COM? So COM. So ito pong whole angle na ito, COM. So we're going to draw that angle. Okay. So indicate the given measurement of angle COM equals 82 degrees. Then find the following measures. Okay, so let's start with letter A, CE or line CE. Where is line CE? So this one. So what is the measure of line CE using the given measurement here? Okay, makukuha ba yung line CE? Yes, makukuha because OM is 40, then CE equals 40 also. Why? Because opposite sides are congruent or equal in measurement. Okay? So CE is equal to 40. How about now letter B, CP. So this one, CP. Okay, this one. So half of diagonal CM. So if CM is 52, what is the measurement of CP? Okay, so we just divide 52 by 2. So 52 divided by 2, that is equal to 26. Mean to say, side CP is equal to 26. Another, letter C. Angle CEM. So where is angle CEM? Okay, this one. This whole angle. So what is the measurement of that CEM? Since given po yung COM, 82 degrees, the opposite of COM is CEM. So therefore, this angle is equal to 82 degrees also. Okay? Properties of parallelogram. Opposite angles are congruent. Okay? So letter C, 82 degrees. How about letter D? Angle ECO. Okay, where is ECO? Okay, this angle. Lagyan ko po ng mark. What is the measurement of ECO? Since given po yung 82 degrees, then sila po ay consecutive angles with this angle C. Okay, this one. So, how to calculate if the given is 82? What is the other angle? They are consecutive. So, you just subtract the given measurement here, 82, from 180. Kasi yung sum po nila, since they are supplementary, so 180 minus 82, that is equal to 98. So here, angle ACO, this one is 98 degrees. So that 98 plus 82, that is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so letter D is equal to 98 degrees. For number 2 problem, give the measure of the other three angles of parallelogram math. If measure of angle M is equal to 60 degrees, find the measure of the remaining three angles. So ito po yung ating parallelogram math, M-A-T-H. So it says here that if angle M is equal to 60 degrees. Now, we are going to find the measure of the remaining three angles. So ano po yung remaining three angles? Angle A, angle T, and angle H. So based from our figure, so ano po yun yung angle na pinakamadaling makuha ang measurement? So angle T. Why angle T? Because angle M is opposite to angle T. And opposite angles of parallelogram are equal in measurement or congruent. So therefore, angle T is equal to 60 degrees also. How about angle A and angle H? So how to get its measurement? So here, ang gagamitin po natin ay consecutive angles or supplementary. Mean to say, angle M and angle A should be equal to 180 degrees if you're going to add the measurement. So, para madali po yan, isusubtract lang po natin 180 minus 60 to get angle A. So, 180 minus 60 is equal to 120. So, here, angle A is equal to 120 degrees. So that 60 plus 120 is equal to 180. Since angle A and angle H are opposite angles, then they are equal in measurement. Kaya kapag ang angle A ay 120, angle H din ay 120 degrees. So notice here, if you are going to add consecutive angles, they are all equal to 180 degrees. Okay? So here, to answer the question, the three angles are angle A, 120 degrees, this one, angle T, 60 degrees, and angle H, 120 degrees. Number 3 problem. Find the perpendicular height of the given parallelogram. Letter A. Find the measure of the height of a parallelogram if the area is 144 square meter and the base is 16 meter. Letter B. Find the perpendicular height of a parallelogram if the area is 240 square meter and base is 15 meters. So ano po yung tinatawag na perpendicular height? Okay, so ito po, let me illustrate you the perpendicular height. Let us say we have this parallelogram PQRS. So this is the perpendicular height. So perpendicular height po siya because this line intersect the opposite side, then their intersection is 90 degrees or create 90 degrees angle. So they are perpendicular to each other. So we call this one as H or perpendicular height, and we call this one as the base B. Okay, so side SR is the base B. Now, the formula to get the perpendicular height of a parallelogram is this one. Area divided by base B. Okay, so here, to answer letter A, the given here area is 144 at ang base po ay 16 meters. So, substitute to the given formula. So, H is equal to area divided by base B. So, H is equal to area is 144 divided by base is 16 meters. So, 16 meters. So, to divide, 144 divided by 16, that is equal to 9. And for the unit, so m squared, then m. Okay, so the rule in dividing variables, subtract the exponent if the same variable. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So here, the unit is meter. So height or perpendicular height is equal to 9 meters. How about letter B? Find the perpendicular height of the parallelogram if the area is 240 square meter and the base is 15 meters. So the same formula that we're going to use, H is equal to area over base. So here, substitute. The area is 240 square meter, this one, and the base is 15 meters, so divide by base. So 240 divided by 15, that is equal to 16. And again, square meter and meter, so subtract 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So why we have m or meter as the unit. So the height of the parallelogram is 16 meters. How about this activity number 3, angles and sides? Letter A, use the parallelogram pole at the right to answer its unknown measure. And this is the parallelogram POLE or pole. So we have two diagonals, diagonal PL and diagonal EO. And the two diagonals intersect at point N. Okay, here, we are going to answer the questions 1 to 6. Pero bago ko po i-present yung answers for 1 to 6, pwede po muna ninyong i-post yung video lesson na ito. Try to answer first and later, play it again to see if your answer is correct or wrong. Okay, so here, let me discuss to you how to get the answers for number 1 to 6 questions. Okay, number 1. If PL is equal to 20, what is PN? So PL is equal to 20. So PL is the diagonal that is equal to 20. Now, the question is, what is PN? So this one, PN is half of PL. Ibig sabihin, since ito po ay parallelogram, yung PN po ay kalahati po ng PL. So if PL is 20 divided by 2, that is equal to 10. So therefore, ito po ay 10. So PN is 10 and LN is 10. Yung whole ay 20. Okay? Number 2, if OL is 12, what is PE? OL. So here, OL is this one. The measurement is 12 rather. So OL is 12. Then ano naman po yung measurement ng PE? So OL and PE are opposite sides. And opposite sides are congruent. So ibig sabihin, if OL is 12, then PE is 12 also. Okay? So number 2 is 12. Number 3, if angle or if measurement of angle POL. So where is POL? POL. Okay, this angle. So lagyan ko po ng mark. POL. That is 72 degrees. So lagay po natin yung 72 degrees. Now, what is the measure of OPE? So OPE. Okay, this angle naman po. Now, what is the relationship of angle or this angle and that angle. So ano po yung relationship nila? They are consecutive angles. And in a parallelogram, consecutive angles are supplementary. So if that is 72, 180 minus 72, that is equal to 108. So that 108 plus 72 equals 180. Okay? So dapat yung sampo nila ay 180 degrees. How about number 4? If measure of angle ELO is 98 degrees. ELO. So, where is ELO? ELO. Okay, this angle. So, lagyan ko po ng marks. Ito daw po ay 98 degrees. So, that is 98 degrees. Now, what is the question? What is the measure of angle OPE? Where is OPE? OPE. So, this angle. Okay? So, kapag ito po ay 98 degrees, what is the measurement of this angle? Okay, OPE. So, opposite angles are congruent. So, 98, 98 din po yung opposite angles niya. Okay. How about number 5? We have EN is equal to 15. So, this one, EN is equal to 15. What is ON? So, EN is 15. What is ON? So, that is equal to 15 also. Okay? Diagonals bisect each other. How about PN is equal to 8? PN. Okay, this one, P to N is 8. What is PL? So, PL naman po yung hinahanap. So, if PN is 8, then PL is equal to 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. Okay? So, we have those answers from 1 to 6. If you got all the correct answer, very good. How about this letter B? Find the measures of the unknown value of x and y. So in our figure, so the unknown value is x and then y. So here, sa number 1, ang x po ay angle and also y is angles. How about number 2? So yung x po ay name of the side and also y is name of the side of the parallelogram. So here, we are going to find the value of x and y. So here, for x, angle x, what is the measurement? So, yung measurement ng angle x ay i-base po natin sa given 62 degrees. So, x and 62 are supplementary. Okay? Meaning to say, supplementary, the sum should be 180 degrees. So, to get 180 minus 72, that is equal to 118. Okay? So, that if x is 118, 118 plus 62, that is 180. How about angle y? What is the measurement? So, i-base po natin yung measurement ng angle y sa angle x. If angle x is 118, angle y also is 118. So, why they are equal? Opposite angles are congruent. Number 2. Okay, so we have side x and side y. So, what is the measurement of side x? Okay, 23 po yung opposite side niya. So, kung 23, 23 din po yung x. Again, opposite sides are congruent. How about y? So, side y is what is the measurement? So, meron pong measurement yung side AB which is opposite of side y. So, 28. Kaya 28 din po yung y. Again, opposite sides are congruent in measurement. Okay, another letter C. Complete the table. And this is the table. The first column is area of parallelogram. Second column, base B. And third column, perpendicular height H. Okay, so sa number 1, ito po. Number 1, area is blank or unknown. The base is 15 cm. And the height or perpendicular height is 10 cm. So what is the measurement of the area? Given base and height. So here, we're going to use again the formula. So since area po yung ating hinahanap, so area po yung hahanapin natin. Mula po sa formula ng perpendicular height, h is equal to area over base. Since area po yung hahanapin natin, then yung area po ay what? We are going to derive the formula. So yung area po ay i-multiply natin po ito. H times B. Okay? Or base times height. Or height times base. Okay? Yun po yung pagkuha ng area. So area is equal to height times base. Now, we are going to substitute the given. Area is equal to H po height is 10 cm, this one, and base times base is 15 cm, so times 15. So 10 times 15, that is equal to 150. And again, multiply the units, cm, cm, dalawang cm, if you're going to combine, square cm. Okay, how about number 2? Area is 320 square meter, base is 24. Now, the unknown is perpendicular height. So, we can use the formula. So, eksakto, ito po yung gagamitin natin because we are finding the height or perpendicular height. Okay, so here, so height is equal to, okay, so what is area? Area is 320 square meter, this one, divided by base. Ang base po ay 24, so 320 divided by 24, that is equal to 15. And for the unit, cm squared in cm. So divide units, divide variable, subtract exponent. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So here, the height is 15 centimeter. Okay, so we are going to put it here. Okay, then for number 3, area is 252 square meter, base is unknown, and height is equal to 12 cm. So mula po sa formula, i-revise po natin to solve for the base. So ito po yung base, okay? Ito po yung ating hahanapin. So what is the formula that we are going to use? Ito po. So to revise this one, so base is equal to area over height. Okay, so base, idadala po natin sa left yung base, ipapalit po natin sa h. So interchange po natin yung base at yung height po dito. Okay, so B is equal to area over h. Now, substitute the given. So this become, what is the area for number 3? 252 square meter, this one. Divide by height. What is the height? This one, 12 centimeter. So 252 divided by 12, that is equal to 21. Again, yung unit, cm squared in cm, so isang cm na lang. So 21 centimeter is the base of the parallelogram. Okay? For activity number 4, solve for x. Ito po yung number 1. Find A, value of x, and B, measure of line segment MA. Okay, so here we are going to answer the two questions, value of x and the side of MA. So ito po yung ating given parallelogram. So MA is congruent to HT. So AT is congruent to MH using the symbol. Okay, here, paano po kukunin yung value ng x? So yung x po ay nandito sa given. So MA, ang measurement po niya ay 2x minus 30. HT ay x plus 15. So what concept that we are going to use to solve for x? So here, we are going to apply the concept of parallelogram. So since yung dalawang given po ay opposite sides, then opposite sides are congruent or equal. So ibig sabihin, i-equal lang po natin yung dalawa. Okay? So here, side MA is congruent to or equal to side HT. Okay? So substitute the given. So congruent po sila. So 2x minus 30, then equal po natin sa x plus 15. Okay? And here, nakagawa po tayo ng equation. So all you have to do is solve for x in the given equation. So this will become, to solve for x, okay, pagsamahin po natin yung may term na may x. So 2x here, then x. Okay, move po natin sa left side, isama po natin sa 2x. So positive x, if you move to the left side, that will become minus x. Is equal to, we have this one, 15. Minus 30, i-move din natin sa right side, isama natin sa 15. So minus 30 will become plus 30. So subtract this one, 2x minus 30 is x, and 15 plus 30 is equal to 45. So the value of x is equal to 45. Nasagot na po natin yung letter A. How about letter B question? MA. So this one, MA, what is the measurement? 2x plus 30 yung given. Okay, so MA is equal to 2x minus 30. So here, substitute the value of x. X is 45. So this become MA is equal to 2 times x. X is 45. So 2 times 45. Then copy minus 30. So multiply and then subtract. 2 times 45 is 90. 90 minus 3 is equal to 60. So the value of M or the measurement of side MA is equal to 60. Okay, so how about this number 2 problem? Find letter A, value of A, and letter B, measure of angle CEM. Okay, unahin mo natin yung value ng A. So the given here are the angles. And the angles are opposite angles. So ito po ay parallelogram. Okay? So what is the concept of opposite angles? They are congruent. So again, if they are congruent, then they are equal in measurement. So equal lang po natin yung dalawang angles. Okay? So here, angle CEM, okay, this one, is congruent to or equal to MOC. Okay, this angle. So substitute the given. This will become 3A minus 15 is equal to A plus 35. And then solve for A. So pagsamahin po natin yung terms na may A, this become 3A remain. Move natin yung A sa left side. So minus A is equal to 35. Move din natin yung minus 15. That will become plus 15. And then subtract 3A minus A is equal to 2A equals 35 plus 15 equals 50. So, ang sinusolve po natin ay A. We have 2 here. We remove 2 that by dividing 2 to both sides and then cancel 2 here. Then we have A is equal to 50 divided by 2 is 25. So, A now is equal to 25. How about the second question? Measure of angle CEM. So, ano po yung angle CEM? This one, 3A minus 15. Okay? So, for angle CEM, that is equal to 3A minus 15. Then, just substitute the value of A to solve for angle CEM. So, this will become 3A and A is 25. So, 3 times 25, then minus 15. So, multiply. 3 times 25 is 75. Minus 15, that is equal to 60. Okay? 75 minus 15 is 60. So, nasolve po natin yung letter A question and letter B question. Okay? Salamat sa panonood mga anak. I hope that you learned from my simple video lesson. So, see you on my next discussion about solving problems involving properties of parallelogram.